One skill needed in many careers is the ability to handle resources. That means knowing how to organize information, supplies, and other people to get a job done. One precious resource we all must manage is time. That means setting a goal, from preparing a meal to building a skyscraper, and then figuring out how long it will take to accomplish each step along the way. In all kinds of careers, setting up a realistic schedule and following it is a key to success.
Take a trip up to the facility to meet the people.
Money is a necessary resource for just about every enterprise. People who manage this resource forecast how much money will be coming in and how much will be spent. They prepare budgets, allocating money for individual expenses. Then they follow up to make sure other people in the company are following the budget. Detailed records must be kept, so careers that emphasize money management require a head for numbers and good organizational skills. Another kind of resource management has to do with materials and space, figuring out what things are needed, when, and where they should go. To avoid waste, it's important to plan precisely so supplies, parts, equipment, and products get where they're supposed to be when they're expected. People are resources too. Human resource management careers involve assigning work and making sure it's being done well.
Lee, hi, how are you?
So an important skill for these jobs is the ability to evaluate another person's skills. The abilities we use to work cooperatively with other people are called interpersonal skills. Whether you're part of a team or leading one, your success will often depend on your ability to contribute to a group with ideas, suggestions, and effort. People who help others learn must have good interpersonal skills. They need to be able to explain things clearly, and it helps to have the energy and enthusiasm to keep students interested. Another key interpersonal skill is helping people find solutions to their needs. Serving clients and customers well requires the ability to listen and communicate with patience and courtesy.
We'll take care of this. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Some careers demand the ability to exercise leadership. To be a good leader, you not only need to know what you want to do, you must be able to motivate others to follow. In many careers, it's often necessary to resolve differences.
Please, hold on a second.
So another important interpersonal skill is the ability to negotiate. Whether working to find a price that satisfies both buyer and seller, or finding a solution to a disagreement, jobs that emphasize negotiation skills require the ability to understand other points of view besides your own. Cultural diversity makes many workplaces more interesting, but also more challenging. The ability to work well with men and women with a variety of ethnic, social, or educational backgrounds is an increasingly important interpersonal skill in a dynamic society. As with all interpersonal skills, an important ingredient is a quiet one, the ability to listen. Information is the lifeblood of the working world. Whether you're a waiter taking an order or a scientist predicting a hurricane, knowing how to acquire and use necessary information is crucial to getting the job done.
You have reached the New York State Department of Labor.
Often, information must be gathered from several sources. Just as a webmaster pulls information from the internet and organizes it into a website, people in many careers must gather data and evaluate it for accuracy. The ability to interpret and communicate information is key to many interesting jobs. They might require you to have specialized skills, such as knowledge of another language or a clear and compelling speaking voice.
It's all part of the VoiceStream wireless plan.
Managing information used to be done by hand. Nowadays, we rely on computers. Technology makes it possible for people to access all kinds of complex facts, numbers, and images with a few taps on the keyboard. But to know what to do with all that information requires human understanding. Most of our modern marvels owe their creation to a sudden flash of inventive genius. But credit is also due to a less glamorous contributor, our ability to create and use systems. Some systems you can see. For example, manufacturing depends on people and machines performing the same tasks over and over. An industrial engineer will design a system that organizes all the individual steps into one continuous process. Other systems have to do with human behavior, how people interact. These are called social systems. People who govern or interpret laws must understand how social systems work. They might rely on the work of people who study these complex relationships, such as sociologists or anthropologists. An understanding of systems is crucial for careers in science, from an astronomer charting the stars to a surgeon performing an intricate operation. The ability to understand how things are connected is fundamental. Some careers are built on the ability to analyze a system that delivers a product or service and figure out how to improve it. Understanding systems helps you to do any job better, because you see how individual actions contribute to an overall success. As the old saying goes, the sum is greater than the parts. Technology reaches into many jobs that used to run just on brainpower. Top executives now work with computers to plan how to manage their companies.
So I'm looking for the 63M8. We're currently back ordering.
And their strategies for success probably include the purchase and use of complex equipment. At every level of operation, technology is used to create better products and services. Technology can also make jobs easier, faster, or safer to perform. If you're comfortable with technology, you can be a vital part of a workforce by training to prevent or solve problems in machines and computers. Or you might improve the entire operation by designing programs and systems that apply the technology needed to accomplish a task. Many people know how to turn technology on and use it. But true capability means you understand how it works. That's a skill that can make you an important person in all kinds of businesses. Whether you work at a desk for the government or out in the open repairing power lines, certain basic skills are key to success on the job. Reading is needed to find and understand the written information that's all around us, on containers, highway signs, manuals, graphs, and schedules. Writing is a basic skill you need too. Even if you're a boat captain, you have to keep written logs of your travels. You might look for a career that allows you to communicate ideas and information in writing, such as becoming an author or public relations specialist. Then there's arithmetic and mathematics. You don't leave that skill behind when you leave school. Highly skilled mathematicians might become accountants and auditors, helping companies keep track of their money. But bakers need math skills too, to measure ingredients correctly. Film and video editors need to add times to create a program. And of course, a waiter or waitress must be able to total a check. Educators sometimes call them the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. They don't all start with R's, but that's how they sound. And that brings up 2 more basic skills: listening and speaking.
Specifically, you said emerging markets?
Correct.
Good idea.
If you can listen carefully and speak well, you can make a good impression that can take you a long way. When we consider thinking skills, professors and scientists might come to mind, but various ways of using your brain power are valued in just about every aspect of life. Creative thinking involves making connections between ideas and information in new ways. This skill makes things happen in all kinds of careers, from performing arts to computer programming. Decision-making is a thinking skill for leaders, but this goes beyond giving orders. A good decision maker also needs to listen, consider risks, and evaluate a situation or task. Often a challenge requires problem-solving skills. This means being able to resolve unexpected issues or overcome obstacles. People who can think clearly when the unexpected happens are welcome in a crisis. Sometimes success requires the ability to visualize. If you're able to see things in your mind's eye, you can help plan for progress in small projects and big ones. To help others understand your vision, you might need to organize and process symbols, pictures, and graphs. Perhaps the most basic thinking skill is knowing how to learn. Many fields require ongoing training, and to perform even the most basic job, you must be able to use learning techniques such as reading, taking notes, or listening attentively to understand what's expected. To use the knowledge you gain is to reason. In a way, every one of us is like a judge. Every day, we make decisions by reasoning. We learn about a situation, use principles and rules, and draw on our own background of knowledge to reach a conclusion. Your ability to obtain and hold a job depends a lot on your personal qualities. Employers put a high value on people who show responsibility, put forth a high level of effort, and show they can keep working toward a goal. Some jobs also put a premium on self-esteem. If you're going to instruct or represent other people or stand up to criticism, you need to believe in your own self-worth. For example, a referee has to maintain a good view of him or herself even when people on the sidelines loudly disagree with a call. Other careers emphasize sociability. Friendliness and adaptability work well for flight attendants. And understanding others, the ability to empathize, is important throughout life. But it's particularly useful in fields where others must be guided, soothed, or comforted. Do you like to work on your own? First, you need the ability to set and pursue goals. Then you need to have the self-control to stay focused on the job at hand when no one is watching. These characteristics would serve you well as a writer or forest ranger, or in any other job where you're your own supervisor. One personal quality that everyone should strive to achieve is honesty. It's especially important to be a person of integrity if you handle other people's money, enforce laws, or provide spiritual guidance. Of course, we all bring our values to every job we do, and all employers want to know their employees can be trusted.